What I want to do is I want these balloons to be pulled tight. The weight of this should pull it tight, and so I've got these water bottles with the tops cut off and these large weights. Water bottles, weights, strings, balloons. What do you think? Do you think anyone has any idea what's happening?
They never do.
I guess that's kind of the point. We're going to start with a couple ounces of resin, and today I'm using Total Boat. Honestly, this is probably as close to the actual use for this resin, because this resin is actually made for fiberglassing boats. I'm sure they never planned to have tissue paper fiberglass, but it's basically the same thing. We're fiberglassing boats here. That's basically what we're doing. All right, so we've got about an ounce of resin here, and all we're going to do is add a tissue paper to it, just a regular tissue paper. I feel like I'm doing a magic trick. Just an ordinary tissue paper. There's nothing weird about this tissue paper, and it should soak up that ounce of resin pretty quickly, actually. You know what it feels like? It feels like fruit leather. Do you guys ever have fruit roll-ups? That's totally what this feels like. It feels like a fruit roll-up. You see how that looks? Doesn't it look kind of thick and leathery like? It's really interesting. Drape this over the top. It totally looks like leather, which is perfect because...
Ghosts are leather?
Aren't they?
No.
Is that what they've got? Like see-through skin?
No. You can pass through them.
Oh, now that I say it out loud and you're laughing at me profusely, I'm feeling very silly for ever thinking that. All right, so we've got a second batch of resin. Again, about another ounce. This is the alcohol dye that I used in my last video, and it's actually really cool looking. So we're gonna see what the orange looks like. So I'm just gonna add a couple drops. A few drops of orange dye. Halloween is just like the weirdest holiday. Like little kids dress up as monsters and solicit from house to house for free candy. There's an old movie called Meet Me in St. Louis, and the kids like ask their parents for furniture that they can throw into the town bonfire.
Yes.
And I remember how casually the parents, yeah, that's no big deal. I guess everyone was just cool with that. Little kids starting a bonfire in the 1940s. That's what kids do. And now they're just like, don't eat that Halloween candy!
Came from our neighbor.
We totally know, Mr. Johnson. Halloween's weird. That's actually kind of cool looking.
Okay.
What color should we do for the last one?
Black.
Will that look cool?
No.
Oh. Well, I got purple.
Purple's a Halloween color.
And this time we're going to use purple dye. I'm going to just do one drop. It seems really dark. That gets us. Okay, that just disappeared. 2 drops. See where that gets us. Yeah, so the purples, it's either like super light or super dark. You just don't get in between with it. I really like that color. Okay, good. So 2 was the right amount. This is the part where I lord over you and shout directions.
Love it.
Is that calming?
Yep. 20 years I've learned to block you out.
You're doing a good job.
I think it might be even. What do you think?
I think it might be even too.
Close. Actually, no, that might be my favorite.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we've got our 3 ghosts, and all they need to do now is cure. It has been 24 hours. Resin should be some sort of weird musical instrument. Anyway, resin's all hard, and let's see if this crazy idea actually worked. Okay, and so we're just gonna pop the balloon. Okay, seems to be releasing. Actually, it seems to be releasing pretty well. Yeah, okay. Look at that, there's a little ghost. A little resin ghost. It's funny, you can see the shape of the balloon where the resin was touching it. That's actually really interesting. It adds an extra dimension. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's just take this one a step further and we'll just cut the balloon. Yeah, it actually releases really well. You definitely get the cloth look. Okay, the balloon's not cutting. We'll just cut the string, and the string's not cutting. It's always the last one. Just pull it right off. That's really cool. Ooh, I wonder how they'd look with a tea light. And if you use these little battery tea lights, you get kind of a cool effect. Kind of neat. And here's another one I did, but I added some eyes to it. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the eyes or not. You can go either way, I think, but it's nice to see them both. I'm going to call them Inky, Pinky, and Clyde. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a happy and safe Halloween.